Hi Dimpner and Kevin, my name is Jens Radda and I'm 21 years old. So I was born in South Africa to a Danish mother and South African father, and have lived in Australia for the last 10 years. So my family lives on the Sunshine Coast and I've been in Perth, living in Perth for the last 3 years, studying a Bachelor of Arts in Musical Theatre, which is basically a degree in singing, acting and dancing. So I've been doing that for the last 3 years, and I just graduated a couple of months ago. When I was younger and I just walked past properties that said for sale, I always just wanted to look and how many bedrooms, what's going on in this property, and then I'd go home on realestate.com.au and look what was going on, and I really just didn't know much at the time. This is in high school. I just wanted to look at properties, and it got me all excited and giddy thinking about property investment. So I always knew when I was older I was going to invest in property. While over in Perth, I spent my time listening to, reading, watching, learning and basically educating myself on property investment, because I realised, I think it was about in high school, that if I want to get into a career in the performing arts, I need to merge it with my other passion, which is property investment. I've had an entrepreneurial spirit since I was quite young. I sold stress balls at school and it became quite a trend. Everyone wanted to have Jens's stress ball that I'd made. And then I went on to selling ginger beer as well, and from those couple of dollars that I made in the schoolyard, I'd save that, and my Danish grandmother would always say that I was like Scrooge, and that's because I held on to the money and I said, I'm going to use this when I'm older. I don't want to spend it now on lollies like all the other kids. I know I need this when I'm older. At the time I didn't really know what I needed it for, but now that I am older, I know that it's property investment. A lot of it actually began when my family moved from South Africa here to Australia back in 2007. Basically, we lost everything. My parents had built up a business and we lost that because the financial crisis had just hit, and moving to Australia is a huge financial burden. And I watched my parents rebuild a life and what they had here in Australia over years. And I want to be able to look after my parents when they're older, and I want to be able to, give them back the life that they worked so hard to give me and my sister. I just want to learn from people like Kevin and Dimpner. I mean, who better to learn from? I listen to Dimpner's podcasts all the time, and I get super excited when I hear her interviewing people like case studies of people who've invested and their success stories, and even the flops and the failures and how they've gotten back on their feet and how they've learned from that. So every drive to uni, I would listen to that on the way to uni and back from uni, and I'd look forward to learning more about it. And that's why the 2017 Property Games is an opportunity that I just can't pass up. I couldn't think of anything better to do with my first year out of uni. I couldn't think of better people to work with than you, Kevin and Dimpner. And I want to go into 2018 with some passive income and have developed some equity, either some cash cows, some chunk deals, subdivision. Because in the long run, my dream is to open a theatre company, hopefully on the Sunshine Coast, where I can nurture local talent and bring theatre to a community where there is a culture for theatre. There just isn't enough of it. There's a lot of people on the Sunshine Coast that love theatre, and I just want to bring more to a place that loves it so much. So that's my dream in the long run, and obviously that requires capital and funds, and that's something I hope to grow with property. So thank you for this opportunity, guys, and I hope you consider my application. Thank you.